reform. I don't know that our power to stop the never-ending list of degradations will begin until there is momentum to create that which we want. And I think that
these
the
guys.
opportunity, the organizing opportunity with these protests, not with the looting and not with the riots, which are very counterproductive ultimately, just really bad. But those protests are, are an opportunity for grace for an otherwise troubled nation with a brutally degrading corporate and political culture. I'm not trying to go preacher man on you today, Jimmy, but we're in the dark tar of the soul here, and it's extreme. It's the most dangerous place that exists in this world. It's where murder lives and everything else is swirling around us. And there must be grace, and there must be grace that comes through a true shift. Otherwise, it gets worse.
I know.
For sure.
I know. There is one bright spot. There's been I've heard talk that for Veterans for Peace tweeted out that we are hearing from people who are refusing orders. So as Trump is ordering the military to occupy our own country, exactly shit we did to Iraq, exactly what we did to Afghanistan, exactly what we did to Libya, exactly what we're trying to do all over the goddamn world. We're doing now to ourselves. And now Veterans for Peace is tweeting out that they're hearing that. And so where is Colin Powell telling people in the military it's your duty to disobey an unconstitutional order? So anyway, we have no leaders in America. This is what capitalism does. It's able to buy off your leaders. And it's able to buy off even your civic organizations that are created specifically to fight against government oppression. The government comes and gives them money and buys them off. So that...
When was the last time that they heard you say, darling, my best friend, I love you, the one she would give her very lives. These three words, sweet and simple. These three words. These three words, let me say, short and kind. I know family without a sin to their name. the same. They're all these three words. Sweet and simple. There. These three words. They say, hey, short and kind. These three words. Sweet and simple. These three words. Short and kind. What is going on, party people? In the place to... Oh, they're updating. Installing updates right now. That's interesting. Just so you can slow down my whole screen, huh? Oh. Great. Don't need that. Oh, over here, though. I know a family without a sin to their name. Never be the same. So, party people, this is the A Different World watch party. Sorry, I'm trying to get ready. Or I'm trying to set some other stuff, or set some stuff up here for us. Hope you got your drinks with you. We are going to try to take your mind away from wherever you are and into Hillman College for an hour or so. That's where we're going right now. For those of you that don't know, A Different World is on Amazon Prime. That's how we're watching this, on Amazon Prime. What's going on, Latoya? Toy, because it just says Toy Walker right there, Latoya. What's going on? Yeah, A Different World is on Amazon Prime. So if you're watching live and you are watching on Amazon Prime, terrific. Get that shit up now. We're going to be watching Season 3, Episode 2 and 3 of A Different World. I'm going to get the mic set up. Perfect. Now you can actually hear me. This is a drinking game after all. Drink whatever it is you got, whether it's water, whether it's milk, whether it's actually alcohol. I don't care. I'm drinking alcohol. It is a drinking game after all. The drinking game rules are as such. When Don Lewis breaks up and laughs for real, which you'll know the difference, and I'll point out the difference. When she laughs for real, as opposed to the fake laugh that she has just because she's supposed to laugh, you take a sip. When Colonel Taylor is called anything but Colonel Taylor or sir, you take a sip. When Mr. Gaines says, or oh my goodness, you take a sip. When Ron gets insulted or shot down for a date, you take a sip. When Whitley insults somebody, you take a sip. When somebody snaps back and insults Whitley, you take 2 sips. Kimberly Reese is called Kimberly Reese, you take 2 sips. If somebody actually impersonates Whitley, you finish half your drink. If Dwayne Wade's shades flip up or down, you finish your drink. If someone says Konnichiwa, you finish yo drink. Okay. Them's the rules. Like I mentioned, we're gonna try to take your mind off of, the apocalypse, at least for a while. If you're not watching this live, hey, that happens too, and we're glad that you're here. You can watch this anytime you want to. It'll be up on the YouTube, youtube.com/Surreal469 for you, and you can watch along. Now, I'm going to click on the link right now. We can try to sync this up as... I know my parents love me. I know I didn't give you much time. Stand behind me, come what may. I know. Matter of fact, that was rude of me. Let's start again. If you have it up, let's start again. Go all the way to 0. Hold on. Start again. Take it all the way back to 0 and let go of the thing now. I know my parents love me. Stand behind me, come what may. That's how you know we're all synced up. Ready, yeah. For a finally heard them. There was something I wanted. Oh. It's a different world. Ooh, and where you come from. Here's our chance to make it. And if we focus on our goal, you can dish out, we can take it. Just remember that you and so. It's a different world. It's a different world. And where you come from. Ooh, 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 ooh. And where you come from. Ow! Oh my. 20-something-year-old. Oh, by the way, that was a Whitley insult. Take a sip. That dress is looking bad on Miss Jasmine Guy. Lord. That's a Whitley insult. That's another one. That's another one. Another one. That's a Whitley insult. And it's that back. There's another one. Walter coming with the hits this episode. Konnichiwa, finish your drink. And a rotten insult. I gotta finish this drink. All because somebody said Konnichiwa. Hey, those roach lines are true though. Those roach lines are true though. Joey Blade, what's going on? What is going on? Welcome to the party, my friend. Pull up a chair, pull up a drink. Welcome to the whole thing. By the way, I am all about this air conditioning storyline because I'm all about this air conditioning storyline because I'm gonna have to go through that. That's a Whitley insult, by the way. Whew. I'm gonna count that. He called himself Dr. War. Damn it, that's a Whitley insult. Finish half your drink. Shit. Or not insult, impression. Whew, this drinking game is serious. I may have to cut some back for the rest of the run of this show. Whew. I won't count that. That was respectful. Snap back and Whitley, I appreciate that. Whitley's gonna learn a lesson. Oh my gosh! And she's the backless shirt. Oh my god. Oh, I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. Whitley Gilbert in a backless shirt. Whew. Whew. Lord have mercy. That was a Whitley snapback. Carl Taylor's a little ashy on that elbow. She's not wrong. Although it turned out to be cell phones. Shit! Dr. War's in the house. Let's see. Joey the Blade Petite over here on YouTube. I was watching a Jim Cornette video, the one that had Chris Jericho with a cake in it. I feel like Brian Last comes off like he is jealous of Chris Jericho. I heard that episode. That's Whitley insult. No, he's not wrong. Like, Jericho is lacking in terms of what he can do in the ring right now. Like, he's kind of coasting on his name, his willingness to play with the kids, and his theme song, I suppose. Like, I'm not impressed by any of the matches he's had since he left WWE this last time. So, I think he's right. At least on that one. What? Lord, she is rocking that shirt. She is rocking that shirt. Ooh, she is rocking that whole outfit. Damn it! Gotta finish the drink. God damn it, Ron. Oh, I need people to stop saying Kanishiwa. And he insulted Ron. Damn it, he said it again! And that was a Ron insult. So that's 2 Ron insults and a finish the drink. Damn it. Oh my gosh. Hip hop isn't a dance; it's a style of all that stuff. Lord. All right, two more. Nowhere near it. Nowhere near it, Colonel Taylor. That was a Whitley insult, too. So that's 3 sips. Then she did. Whew. All right. What I meant by it is how Brian Last basically said Jericho failed in everything other than wrestling. He just came off very petty and jealous because all he's known for is being on a podcast with Jim. I think that just came down to taste. Like, Fozzy is, it's a style of music. It's an acquired taste. To be fair, most wrestlers haven't done well outside of wrestling other than really The Rock. Other than really The Rock, most wrestlers haven't done well outside of that forte. But I get what you're saying. I wonder if there's some kind of personal thing there between him and Jericho. Like Jericho did or said something to him. But like he came off as not as nasty, like not as like overtly nasty as he normally does with like Jake Roberts. You know what I'm saying? Like Jake Roberts, you can tell he hates. Oh my goodness. We got an oh my goodness. Damn it. Oh, I got a whole nother episode to get through. I don't know if my liver's going to take it, party people. Oh, my goodness. Whew. And that was a Ron insult. Whew. That's a Whitley insult. They make Colonel Taylor off like he's a complete hard ass, but he's actually a very supportive teacher. This is so dope. That was a strongly Whitley episode with some Ron and Dwayne in it. I dig it. I fucking dig it. We need to see more Freddie and Kim though this season. We got a little bit of a C plot storyline with them and Jaleesa and Walter. That's a huge ensemble cast. It's hard to make sure everybody gets represented, especially when you establish a star. And right now in this third season, they're really more establishing Whitley as the star of the show. Whitley and Dwayne as the stars of the show. So we're about to roll into episode 3, starting now. I know my parents love me. Stand behind me, come with me. I know now that I'm ready, yeah. For I finally heard them say it's a different world, ooh, than where you come from. Yeah, now, here's our chance to make it. And if we focus on our goal, this shot we can take it. Just remember that you've been told it's a different world. Yeah, well, it's a different world. And then where you come from. Ooh, woo, woo, woo. Then where you come from. Rules still apply. Let's see. Joey Petit. I know he has issues with Lance Storm. It has been addressed in the past. Oh, wow. I don't know what those issues are. I don't quite remember them. But I believe it. I don't remember what they were. That's a Don Lewis real life laugh. I don't remember now one of my anniversaries that I've ever had in my life. I feel like this is probably the chemistry that I. Why do I feel like this is the real chemistry Kadeem and Kree had in their relationship? Why do I feel like that was their chemistry off screen though? And it's very cute. I can see why they were together. I can see why they were together. I'm gonna give it them. Oh, that's two Whitley jabs. Another one. Janetta. Ooh, she's cute. Oh shit. Ooh, she's a thickums too. In the 80s. Woo! She's a rare breed. She's a thickum in the late 80s. That's a rarity. That's a Whitley insult. The late 80s were not a good, and the early 90s were not a good time for hats. Walter's hat looks like garbage. Walter's hat looks like trash. It was not a good time for hats. Now, mind you, hats mid 90s, oh shit, Walter, mid 90s got exponentially better. And then they fucked up again in around 2016 when, the red kind looked like absolute trash that somebody found in some Chinese warehouse somewhere. Not just by the design of them. Why does she sound like fucking Susie Carmichael right now? Like that's the exact voice you're using for Susie Carmichael. I could see why Kadeem Hardison was into Cree Summer. She is cuter than a duck wearing a hat right now. He makes it sound like college is easy. It is not. It is not. He is not accounting for homework. He is not accounting for extracurriculars. He is not accounting for sports if you have a scholarship. He is not accounting for work. He is not accounting. He is not accounting. He is not accounting. Oh no, is this where they break them up? This is where they break them up. They're gonna break them up. Damn it, they're gonna break up. They're gonna break up. Fucking Walter and Jaleesa. That's a Don Lewis laugh. Whew. Why do women always ask that question? Like, we are trying to move past this shit and have a good night. Why you gotta ruin the night? Why you gotta ruin the night? We're trying to have a good night here, ladies, and you are fucking shit up. Why are you ruining the night? I have never forgotten this version of this song. I have never forgotten this version of this song. That man earned his pay that night. I'm talking about the waiter and the actor playing the waiter. That he earned his dorm. There's an mm-hmm. There's an mm-hmm. That little extra back there in the vest and the blue shirt, she's pretty nice. Yes. There is chemistry between those two. I can see how that worked out off screen. I can definitely see how that worked out off screen. He's talking about her sisters. He's talking about the sisters. I kind of wish he was. Oh, there's another. There's still a white student in this historically black college. There's still a white student there in season 3. Nowadays, she'd have to be a P8. She'd have to be a POG. She'd have to be a PAWG, fat ass white girl, to go to a historically black college. Or is she light skinned? Oh, she's light skinned. I'm sorry, I fucked that up. She's light skinned because the blonde poof on the back. See there she looks white. Sometimes she looks light skinned. She might be light skinned. She might just be super light skinned. Calvin from McDonald's. By the way, Don Lewis is rocking the fuck out of that entire outfit. She is rocking the fuck from the hat to the blouse to the pants. She is rocking the fuck out of that outfit. Go on, girl. Don't ever say dates out loud. 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 She is. See, now I think Don Lewis has kind of caught up, or is catching up with Sinbad in terms of comedy. That's an insult. Sword Baines. This is almost a timely episode. We're having starting a little revolution here. Get him, Jaleesa. Watchdog Committee. We all know that shit doesn't work. It's funny. Just as I was talking about, I want a more Jaleesa centric episode. We get one. Yeah, Janetta was cute. This is a pretty good episode, actually. We saw that counterbalance in these last couple episodes that it's hard to do when you're doing an ensemble cast. Or it's hard to keep balance when you're doing an ensemble cast. They managed to counterbalance. They overplay. So what happens is they overplay one episode and they correct it on the next episode. So while episode 2 was a Whitley-centric episode with mostly Ron and Dwayne filling things out, and, Freddie and Kim and Jaleesa and Walter on the C and D storylines, they fixed that episode 3 with a more Jaleesa Walter-centric episode with Freddie and Dwayne really kind of in the B story and Whitley just kind of hanging out. Like Whitley was just kind of there to fill in to pepper the gaps with "I'm Whitley," while they're trying to figure out what to do next. That's a pretty good balance. That's a pretty good balance that they got going on here. We're gonna be back next week. I am thoroughly drunk. They say Konnichiwa too many times in those episodes. I'm gonna have to either regret or fucking rejigger this whole fucking thing for another time. We're gonna come back next week with episodes 4 and 5. Episode 4 is Whitley volunteers to teach ballet at a youth center for inner city children. Oh, that's probably going to get us drunk. There's probably going to be some Whitley impressions. And Don Lewis hasn't broken up the last couple episodes, really. So that's going to be interesting. Episode 5 is going to be Forever Hold Your Peace. Dwayne volunteers to drive Whitley to her father's wedding so he can drop... Oh, shit. Ugh. It's that episode. Ugh. It's best to kind of get this out of the way this early in the seasons, because that was not a great episode. It wasn't a terrible episode, but it wasn't a great episode because it focused on Dwayne, closing up shop. And I guess it was a necessary episode. This episode is a utilitarian episode because Dwayne has to close up his feelings for Denise, although time kind of did that, right? Like, Denise has been gone now for a season and a half, or a season and some change, so time did that. He was fucking around with Suzanne for a minute. Like, he doesn't have to necessarily close that chapter with Denise. They have him close that chapter with Denise, which kind of actually closes that chapter. No, it doesn't, because Claire comes to Hillman often in the next few seasons. So that closes that chapter for him and Denise, but it's not necessary. It's just a weird crossover show. Dwayne volunteers to drive Whitley to her father's wedding so he can drop in on Denise Huxtable on the way. The Cosby Show regulars make special guest appearances. That's a utilitarian kind of shit episode. Like, it's not it's not shit. It's not. And there's probably some good B and C storylines. It's just not a great episode because it's not a necessary episode. It's not a necessary episode, and we have to drop it on Denise and fucking Colonel Corny and fucking 3-year-old Raven Simone, none of which were my favorites on the Cosby Show. They weren't. I was never a huge fan of Denise, ever, especially not when she came back with Colonel Corny ass, and he was terrible on the show. He didn't fit in at all. He fit in like a fucking sore thumb. It was all the best thing to come out of that was little 4-year-old Raven Simone, and she at a certain point became insufferable on that show and beyond in her career. So, I'm not really looking forward. I am not really looking forward to that episode. Oh shit. Oh, the 6th episode is a heartbreaker. Ron falls for an attractive student with her own apartment and later discovers she has a child. Whitley and Dwayne clash over who should play at the Hillman benefit actually, okay. That might actually be a good palate cleanser. So here's what we may do. We're definitely going to see episodes 4 and 5. We may fuck around and do episodes 4, 5, and 6. Because 6 is a good palate cleanser. I may not want to end on episode 5. I have to think about this. I may not want to end on episode 5 on that one because it was not a good episode. It was not. I mean, it wasn't the best of that season. 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 And then looking onward, it might actually be better to do that. So I actually think that's what I'm going to do. I actually think next week we're going to have a triple header. Episodes 4, 5, and 6. A triple header because I am not a fan of ending on that episode 5. So we may fuck around and have a triple header. Episodes 4, 5, and 6 of season 3. Party people, tell me what you think of everything down there in the comment section. Hopefully you drank away some of those blues you may be experiencing right now. Let's see. Joey the Blade Petite, I swear Jinder Mahal did steroids. There's no way to... no shit. And in other news, Joey, the sky is blue and days end in the letter Y. No shit. No shit Jinder Mahal did steroids. And either he did shitty steroids or he didn't work out well in his steroids or his body just didn't really take to steroids the way they were supposed to or some combination thereof. I tend to think he probably took some shitty steroids because he probably didn't have a whole lot of money to go with to begin with. He probably took them well enough so that he wasn't spotted on any tests, but he probably took some shitty steroids. Because his diet was, he had the muscles and they were pronounced enough, I suppose, but he probably just took some terrible shit. And it's probably a combination of he took some terrible shit and his body just didn't really acclimate themselves to steroids the way he thought or wanted them to. Because he had one pec that was like the other pec and a half. Like none of his muscles were aligned or symmetrical at all. Either he took some garbage or he took some garbage and worked out poorly or some combination and his body, something happened with that shit because his steroids looked like his body was bigger, more muscular, but it looked like trash. Like it wasn't symmetrical at all. And that's kind of what, look at the guys. We all know most of the guys, right? Look at how most of the guys turn out. The more I talk about it just in this 30 seconds, and that's all I'm going to talk about it because fucking why the fuck am I still talking about Jinder Mahal? The more I think about it, the more I think Jinder Mahal just took some garbage steroids. But it got him the heavyweight championship, so there you go. Party people, we're going to be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. 5:30 Pacific time in the PM. We are going to be back with episodes 4, 5, and 6 of season 3 of A Different World. And in the meantime, let's see. I don't have anything else on the horizon in terms of streams or videos. The Undertaker documentary is on hold until June 14th, I believe, is when the next episode comes out. I am working on a couple other projects, including the 24th anniversary, which equates to the 25th year since we've had the worst King of the Ring of all time. I am working on that, and there are a couple other things in the pipeline that I'm thinking about, but that's what I'm working on right now. I'm also thinking about possibly trying to do some filler stuff just to try to build more of a catalog in a shorter period of time, but we'll see. We'll see how that turns out. In the meantime, in between time, party people, thanks everybody for joining me, and cheers. then where you come.